if you had to calculate with your wealth of information and knowledge, who would be healthier? The person who is vegan eating the best foods all day, or the meat eater eating the best, healthiest foods all day? Who do you think would have a healthier...
Well, the meat eater also would be including eating vegetables.
Including plants and vegetables as well. But to
they're an omnivore.
Yes, they're eating meat, but they're also eating all the other good foods. Or someone who's eating all the other good foods, excluding meat.
So
veganism win,
so taking out all the processed foods in both camps, right?
Both camps, no unhealthy. Whole foods, healthy. One is having meat every day, a portion of meat, and one is not having meat. Who is a healthier, happier human being that lives longer?
Well, I can tell you, I don't know, but we can talk about what the evidence has shown. And I think probably the strongest evidence to date, most of this evidence is unfortunately epidemiological, because you're never going to get a randomized control trial that's 50 years long. You know, I mean, that's not going to happen. It's too expensive, and people won't follow the same diet for that long, right? So you won't ever have a longevity study. That's a randomized control trial. Okay. But looking at the epidemiological studies, for a long time, you'd have study after study coming out showing, vegetarians have a lower, what's called all-cause mortality than non-vegetarians, or than people that eat animal meat. All-cause mortality means basically dying from all types of diseases that are non-accidental.
Diabetes,
right? Cancer, type 2 diabetes,
obesity.
Yeah, exactly. Heart disease. So
vegetarians die less.
Lots of studies have shown that, but with the problem with epidemiological studies is there's what are called confounding factors. So you have people that are also obese, you have people that are sedentary, you have people that exercise, you have people that smoke, you have, so what about all those other things? How do those come into play, right?
Interesting.
And so there have now been studies, large studies that have looked at confounding factors and have found, yes, vegetarians do have lower all-cause mortality, particularly cancer-related mortality, than people who eat meat. But when you take all the unhealthy lifestyle factors away, so people that are not obese, don't smoke, that are physically active, and that don't consume excessive alcohol, if they eat meat, they have the same mortality rate as a vegetarian. But if you take the meat eater and you add one of those in, like obesity, then they're going to have a higher, higher mortality rate than the vegetarian. So basically,
why is that?
Meat has a different amino acid profile, and part of that amino acid profile can activate a hormone, a very important hormone, but it's like a double-edged sword hormone. It's called IGF-1, insulin growth factor like 1. And this hormone is an important hormone. Like during development, it helps you grow. I mean, it's needed to grow. People that have genetic polymorphisms in genes that affect that pathway and have less of it have stunted growth. So it's important for growth. It's important for muscle repair. Like you want IGF-1 in your muscles to help repair muscles after you injure them or after you exercise, right? That's the type of injury But
can't you get that from supplementation, from protein or supplements as well?
Well, so this is the bottom line, is that the IGF-1, which is activated by essential amino acids. You've got like leucine, for example, methionine. It also is important in the brain for growing new neurons. I'm just telling you the importance of it, because the problem with IGF-1 is that as we age and we accumulate damage within our cells, and this happens to everyone, and you have a cell let's say a cell gets enough damage, it has a mutation that could potentially become a cancer-causing mutation. The IGF-1 that's around, which is around a lot more in meat eaters, it allows a damaged cell to overcome signals in our body that will usually kill it and say, oh, this has got damage. If we don't kill it, it could become cancer. IGF-1 goes, no, grow, keep growing. And so IGF-1, it's a growth
hormone. It's a growth hormone or stimulus.
Exactly what it is. Yeah. And in fact,
so it's going to grow any cancer or any disease.
It's going to allow things to grow more.